That'd be giving him the phone with. We'll be counting on you to pull the.
What's wrong? Might you have an idea as to... What do you recall? If you know something, you... You mean this? I've been told the lock on it is quite complicated, but it's only a matter of time until it's cracked. What's so important about this smartphone? Are you going to unlock it and show me the data?
Let's let her sleep. She hasn't slept for days while she's been getting that app ready. Now we gotta figure out a way to show him the phone. That's right. I'm sure Makoto and the others told you about it. We need to show it to the true culprit. You know, the traitor.
Hey! What are you trying to get at here? And what about this smartphone? The true culprit?
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life.
Please. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to? Not a teammate? My God. You're referring to him, aren't you? What are you plotting? I can't even begin to fathom it. But it appears my time is up. This is as far as our conversation can go. This will be my last involvement with this case. Very well. I've listened to your whole story, so I may as well play along to the end. And that honest look in your eyes. I used to view the world the same way too once. I'll place my bet on you. I just need to show him the phone, right?
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy... Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret.
All right. All right.
I'll be going now. What good will this do, though? Akechi-kun? Why are you here?
Why do you seem so surprised?
I needed my director to step in to get access, and I was directly responsible for this case. How did you get approval?
For the same reason you did. I am heading up the investigation team after all. It's only natural I'd have the right to interrogate our culprit as well, don't you think?
They assigned you, Command?
That was a joke, of course. I am surprised it's this far underground, though. That nobody would ever know if things got...
If I remember correctly, didn't you say there was another...
That was but a lie I spread to set them up. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had deceived you. After all, if you wish to trick your enemies...
So it was you. You're the one who sold out the Phantom Thieves. I need you to be clear with me. Who am I supposed to show this to? My God. You're referring to him, aren't you?
Is there a problem?
Akechi-kun, does this phone look familiar to you?
Hmm? Excuse me? What is this phone?
It belonged to the leader of the Phantom Thieves. I believe you'll need it for your investigation.
Not personally. I was acting alongside the Phantom Thieves myself, remember?
True. This is undoubtedly a good luck in there.
Foolish woman. May I ask that you accompany me? Going in unarmed to interrogate a murderer makes me uncomfortable.
Huh? What are you...
I owe you for all of this. Thanks. That's right. You and your little friends were vital to our plan, and now it will be completed. Your popularity truly was quite stunning. That just made using you all the more worthwhile. Have you finally pieced it all together? Case closed. This is how your justice ends. Shido-san, my job is complete.
I've told you not to call me by name. Regardless, all that's left is to deal with the remnants.
The continued deaths of these teenagers would be a bit much, don't you think? I considered making it appear they had a falling out, but that would only amplify public frenzy. It would be best to have each of them meet with an unfortunate accident once the storm blows over.
Is there any possibility they'll want to avenge their leader?
No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. They have no backbone without his guidance. I will keep my eye on them just in case, though.
I'll be counting on you.
They will live their lives cowering in fear of death. An apt punishment for obstructing our work.
Make sure to kill that strange cat once you find it as well.
Understood. Though I doubt there's anything to worry about.
More importantly, they should be dealing with the suicide right about now. Things will become quite busy once the word gets out.
I must be prepared to deal with it on my end as beyond that.
Perhaps he'll be struck by a mysterious illness sometime soon.
No. It can't be. Even me. Shh.
What was all that about, showing him this phone? The Phantom Thief Alibaba? Who is this?
I am Alibaba, a member of the Phantom Thieves. I inquire as to your justice. Sai Nijima.
How do they know I have this?
Goro Akechi is evil. He didn't come to interrogate the captured Phantom Thief. He came to kill him.
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
Don't trust the guard either. He's an accomplice as well. Now then, I'll tell you detailed steps to take. You must save him.
You want me to save him? What is it?
Nothing. Anyway, what brings you here? I thought you were done with your business.
Did anyone else stop by? Nobody?
There'd be no reason for anyone else to come down here.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours.
So it's all true.
Of course it's true. Is something the matter?
It's Akechi-kun. He had to take a sudden call, so he won't be able to make it down today.
Huh?
I've been asked to...
You?
You know, if you stay here, they'll likely get rid of you to eliminate any evidence. I suggest you go into hiding at once if you value your life.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't say a word of what transpired here.
And now we return to our continued report. This morning, the police have announced that they've detained a suspect who may in fact be the leader of the Phantom Thieves group. The suspect is reported to be a young
John,
man who's...
can I get you to look over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he got caught. That group sure was something.
Yeah.
So the next shoot got me thinking. How about we have you do an idol thing, you know? That cool?
What a surprise to think that the one behind all this is just a minor.
But considering how quickly they announced his arrest, the police must surely be confident in the outcome of this case.
Well, I'll be. Goodness, look at you now. It's been a while, Ryuji.
Yeah.
You stopped visiting so abruptly, everyone was worried about you. It's your second year, right? Are you still doing track and field? I'd love to see you run again.
Also, the young man continues to remain silent, refusing to implicate any potential accomplices. However, considering the number of charges brought against him...
I wonder if something happened.
Yeah.
You seemed stumped for once. Not feeling it today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not chiding you. Just do as normal at your own pace. With your skills, there's no need to worry about your future.
Normal, right?
He's just a high school student. How do you think he was contacting the others?
The police here can search any online communications. His accomplices may slip up eventually.
Still, it seems the Phantom Thieves' most recent targets have gone comatose. Actual harm has been done here.
Given the lack of physical violence, their method is still a mystery. Regardless, the police are looking into attempted murder charges.
You never turned it in? That's quite the surprise. I thought I lost it this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Well, your grades are excellent. And you're student council president. I'm sure you'll be admitted anywhere you apply. That one Phantom Thief should have followed your example. You hear? It seems he was caught. Some high schooler. I wonder why he turned to a life of crime.
also received information that the young man was placed on probation for assault.
Because of his previous record, he had to leave his hometown. Perhaps his motive lies there.
I believe your father can rest in peace now. That phantom thief could never have changed anything. Only a handful of people are qualified to alter the world. So you've been coming home late. That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
We have breaking news. The young man being held in custody has committed suicide. The police have confirmed his death, although details have not been released. To repeat, the suspect has committed suicide while in
Custody. This station will continue to report any further updates as they arrive.
It may be difficult to uncover his methods now. Perhaps that's why he decided to take this course of action.
It can't be.
You're shitting me. We got him.
It would seem as though you have been killed. But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan. How might you be capable of executing such a feat? Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
Hey, they're going. You realized it too, then. It was our conversation about... There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me. Probably. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station. There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice. This whole deal feels sketchy. Yeah. Okay. Let's get everyone on the same page right away. There's something else we want you to look into. One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop... Right. It's a necessity.
I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone.
So it's impossible... I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan. That's perfect. An incredible one. This is gonna be fun.
I see. So we're going to use this place.
It'll be a gamble.
I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
It seems you finally remember. This game is not over yet. There are still things that must be done.
Hey, are you alright? Don't fall asleep until we reach our destination. Are you listening?
Are you listening? Anyway, we need to talk about how to... Futaga's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it.
It's on a completely different level than just that.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns. His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him. If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests...
To think he would be this far gone. I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine. Furthermore, he wishes to bring a police...
If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other...
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us.
He made us go after Okumura. Then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him. And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time!
The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac. Come on, we gotta take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that recording we got?
No. Akechi is merely a tool. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging...
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted.
But...
We'll have to make Akechi say it.
I think that will be the case eventually, The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target. He realizes that's no longer possible and abandons that plan.
Damn it! So we don't gotta...
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested.
Palace. The palace. Actually, there's... Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
What's this all of a sudden?
There's a way. A way to get past Akechi and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity. Really?
You gotta be kidding me!
If he wants to kill the guy, why not let him? That is, inside of a palace. Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the real one. Yeah, that's it! It seems that's our only option. Listen close, everyone. I have a plan for how we can carry this operation out.
Ever since the death of their teenage leader, the Phantom. However, the police intend.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. I'm gonna fetch him.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything. Futaba-chan, I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
It's ancient history now.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
Hey, you big bastard.
How have you been? Thank goodness. It truly is a relief to see your face.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and it was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell boss what really happened?
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
True culprit? I see. So you guys were going up against someone else?
It was Goro Akechi. You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
Akechi himself gave us the chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other...
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff. So what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
He slipped up in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
Yes, Morgana can talk.
Sorry.
Oh, our apologies. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as...
But you don't understand him, do you?
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person. Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, it's a change in cognition. Most likely.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting,
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just but we already saw him drop a mega hint about...
Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here!
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake. That meant Akechi'd already been in the metaverse by then.
And since he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
It seemed odd upon further thought. His reaction to my pancake comment wasn't honest. That said, we weren't so naive. That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone. I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but my heart was pounding while I was doing it, though.
Even that ace detective could never have imagined Futaba's quirky nature proved to be a great help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Then I'll guide the police into her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them, given their methods. I'll deal with them after that. Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room,
Is this for real?
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they plan to get rid of that...
Well then, I won't... And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the... When he does, you will become a...
I knew he was acting strangely.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes.
On top of that, someone with great authority. That's why we had to make him...
I see.
We baited Akechi into Sis's palace, making him dispose...
Can you elaborate on that in more detail?
We're sorry for using you without your permission.
What conditions?
First, we required a place...
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warp.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav...
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing. You totally can't tell the difference if there ain't any
We had already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to...
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion.
To be honest, I didn't quite understand. Yeah, it's good we have her heading up our operations.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi, but I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis. The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I'm sorry I couldn't...
That goes for the both.
We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it...
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two things we were able to confirm while we were checking the metaverse. First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out.
There was also one more thing a perfect cognitive replica of him.
Since he had yet to be caught...
Once we saw the casino guests and police office, they looked no different from
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping...
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying... As a result, even though we managed to grab... Except that was all an act. We had prepared an empty briefcase beforehand. This was because we knew...
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to and just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned it.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge. But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world?
All I needed were the coordinates.
Akechi disposed of the fake in the palace and left thinking he had been victorious. It must have been truly hilarious for our leader who sat idly in the real... Surely, he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
So that's why you gave me your phone. I only took it because of what you told me.
It's a shame I didn't have the opportunity to see that for myself.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse.
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own...
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimate by having you head back to the interrogation room. We could return you to the real world as well.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Astounding. I hadn't the slightest idea that such a grand operation was taking place within me.
I'm so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we...
True. Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent persuasion, we couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the...
Still, I'm surprised you could convince me in such a... I see. Either way, I can't believe you went for some...
If we could just tell you the truth, realize that our leader was telling the truth.
As a result?
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you...
Yes. Plus...
This is stunning.
I've kind of figured out that you... But what did you do about the body?
The police never even checked.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene.
Murder in a police station would be reckless otherwise. We also knew of a
Thanks to Futaba-chan's messages and the guards' and since the higher-ups at the police knew nothing, as a result, his suicide during imprisonment was...
And with that confusion, he was able to escape with Nijima-san's help.
I made sure nobody would check the morgue for his body, and thanks to that, nobody knows he survived.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe the callous use of violence. If he had lost consciousness and had... I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
I almost became one of your assailants as well.
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news, though.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being... Even with that, I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that...
I wanted to believe, but...
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down.
We knew he was alive, but it...
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who was meant to die. They just want to do it. Very well. From here forward, I will do my utmost to assist you. You saved me, after all.
That's reassuring to hear.
I'll do whatever I can to help too. Just let me know. Let's take a break for now, though. This old brain is pooped. Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when you guys want to get together to talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word and I'll close shop early.
Are you sure?
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much progress if people can hear you from downstairs. It's not like this place is the liveliest joint in town.
Let us accept his offer. What a great...
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akechi.
Enter.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender.
No, more importantly,
the cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantial. His loss should be...
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom...
The SIU is in disarray with his death.
At any rate, I'm now prey...
All possible hindrances.
And on to our next story. The snap election discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder. He said, Shido-san.
Shido?
He is unmistakably a man of...
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
I believe he's a politician.
For real?
It's certainly possible that she...
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are very... First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained On top of that, he'll most likely become...
No! Did he set us up?
If he is behind all this...
So his current position in pop... We'll make him have a change of heart. Mom.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this. Just based on the connections I had from my I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confidence from the moment Wakaba died. But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if he would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he...
Originally, I was looking into the It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon So I tracked down the whereabout boss was one of them. I would never have imagined all of the mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves action.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day.
What's going to happen to this country of Shido?
The issue, this is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the...
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister.
Result found.
Got a hit! Well...
Where would...
What kind of thing? I always think of dirty money.
What does he do?
His palace must be somewhere that politicians... I suppose that would be... How about the...
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the...
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi... Hell yeah! Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a...
Let's win this... Time for... Then it's unanimous!
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that...
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the...
An old fart like me can't wrap his...
We'll have to deal with this before election.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the That
reminds me, what are you gonna do about school?
Ms. Kawakami said he went back home for family.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright?
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose. Shido tried to place... He has ruined countless lives. A mere change of heart is too lenient. We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding. He'll say he has escaped prison.
Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
That's why you needed such a daring trick. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle, as we won the first round, but we...
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. We will need to be prepared for whatever may...
I finally made it this far.
Back then, you earned the media's because of that.
To think I would fall for the... I recall that's when you came to me. If it wasn't for the research on cognition...
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could... And when someone like that said he'd support me...
It's because I sympathized with you. I believed that your ideals needed to be...
Well, my faith in you was precise. I only need you using that power.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That research...
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. After all, we had an active...
Astounding, isn't it? To think that he was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know... Well, I got that out of his shadow.
This country's the political world. General public is...
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent... Those who get in the way must be...
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous death, which is why I made them prosecute the targets that I turned psychotic and solve them as cases And thus...
Thanks to your efforts, my clean... Once I gained public sentiment, the police were no exception.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged,
And they were just brats once we looked into it.
When you told me that, I knew
their popularity was... After that, the current administration is dead with... Even the government parties have begun splitting up. The time has finally come. However, inauguration isn't my goal. I'll make this country rich for the sake of...
In other words, you're creating a...
The public resonates with my... And for that is my due. Your assistance has been when I become Prime Minister.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero. I believe I'll lay low.
I suppose with your age...
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well, how do I put this?
Well then.
I should write something.